Hi, this is Cousin Russ. This is something new and different that I have not done before. I've made an observation on Ancestry Member Trees, a change that was done there, and I believe I need to document this and see if other people have the same experience. It's got to do with citation details on an Ancestry Member Tree. I observed it a couple weeks ago, and let me see if I can explain when I first saw it. As you know, I use Family Tree Maker 2014 point one, and the most current version. I use that all of the time, and I use the tree sync feature to make sure that my database on my computer and the Ancestry Member Tree are in sync. And the first time I noticed it, I was going to do a sync, a tree sync, and the icon that's on the screen now indicates that a change was made in my database and I needed to upload it to Ancestry, the Ancestry Member Tree. And the down arrow is not bright, which means that there's no changes that have been made on the Ancestry Member Tree to download. So it's all upload from my computer. When I started the sync process, this is the screens that I normally see. But what I observed was the process took far longer, and I'm talking about a couple minutes longer than the normal process. This specific tree is not very large, so it usually takes me 5-10 seconds. It doesn't take very long at all, but I noticed that something wasn't right. And then I got this screen. What this screen tells me, and I don't normally get the screen, but what the screen tells me is that there was a change on the Ancestry Member Tree that impacted 279 citations. And that's probably all of them. I didn't do a count, but I wasn't expecting any. And I saw 279 of them, which means something changed on the Ancestry.com side. And the arrow that I showed you before didn't say that there was a change, but there was a change. So I canceled the sync because I didn't know what was going on here. So I looked at my own database, and I'm going to walk through that with you right now. So this is the source template that I have for one of the records that was involved. It's a book, and this is in the template feature. The source template feature in Family Tree Maker defines a book, a specific book in my database. When I go to the source details and source citation details field, I have this data. The source title is at the top. The citation detail is that second box, and notice there's no repository because it's on the internet, so no repository required. And it just says that on page 388, there's an entry that is of interest to me that I am citing. The citation text I traditionally use that citation text field for my own purposes. There's a place to include that citation text in the reference note if you want. I do not have it checked, so it should not be included in the citation text at all. Sorry about that. And then further down the screen, I have the web address. Again, I have the choice to include it in the citation in a reference note or not. I do not. I just want that globe there so I can click on it and go directly to the record, but I do not want it in the reference note. There is the reference note to the best of my ability. It is in the proper form for evidence explained, including the URL for the website and the date that I accessed it. And I'm going to switch gears and go over to the Ancestry Member Tree. And this is the information that I see on the Ancestry Member Tree. And this is where it got my attention. Now I'm going to put the two pieces of information side by side. I'm going to put the Ancestry Member Tree on the left and what I have in Family Tree Maker on the right. At the top, it says transcript in the Ancestry Member Tree, but in my Family Tree Maker, I have it as the citation text, which is data that I use. Totally useless information for most people. I don't want it included in the citation at all, but it is appearing as the transcript in the citation information. A general comment here before I forget it is that it seems to me that the source information should be at the top and then the citation should be beneath that. So they're putting the least important information, in my opinion, the least important information at the very top and call it a transcript. Now the transcript to me is on a previous screen before you come to the citation information. But let me continue. The citation detail comes across from the citation detail in Family Tree Maker over to the detail. I don't have a problem with that, but again, it should be down, it should be, I believe, at the top of the source citation information, but down the screen because it's less important than some of the stuff at the bottom. The web address, I have excluded it. I don't want it in the reference note, but it has been brought over to the web address in the citation information. I'm not sure that's important or not because it also appears on the previous screen in the Ancestry Member Tree. Certainly not as there's the title. That's the source title. It should be at the top of the page as far as I'm concerned, because it's a book and it's an image from the book that's that I am citing, so it should be at the top of the screen when I bring up citation detail. It's the same information, so that's not a problem. The next is the problem, where I have the reference note and it's in the note screen in Ancestry Member Tree, and I'm going to blow them up so you can see the detail and see the difference. So I'm going to do that. Here's the problem. The transcript in the Ancestry Member Tree is not important. It should not be there at all because I don't, like I said, the transcript is on a previous screen in the Ancestry Member Tree. The transcript was taken from this Family Tree Maker citation text, which is not that important. And I did not include it, don't want it included in a reference note. The note is coming from citation details, should be in the reference note from Family Tree Maker using the template feature. Here's what the note field looks like in the Ancestry Member Tree. It's the way that Ancestry wants to present their citation. Here's the reference note from Family Tree Maker, which I believe is the correct format, or is as correct as I can get it. We can argue about whether the image 954 of 1661 needs to be there. It probably doesn't. I just happen to include it. But the more important thing here is the date that I accessed the record. That is not in the note section in the Ancestry Member Tree. It is in my reference note in Family Tree Maker. Until the changes were done on Ancestry Member Trees, if Family Tree Maker was uploading and using the sync feature, any template that was used in Family Tree Maker could not be edited on the Ancestry Member Tree. And what has happened is that Ancestry overwrote all of the work that I had done in Family Tree Maker, we're talking about many months of work to get my citations into the evidence explained format using the template feature. I have confirmed this with another user, another Ancestry Member Tree user, and that person did not use Family Tree Maker. So we have confirmed that what they have in their genealogy database is not what's in the Ancestry Member Tree citation detail. So it appears that the cleanup that was done by Ancestry.com, from what I understand, they were doing some cleanup, has made changes in the citation detail as it's presented to us in the Ancestry Member Tree. It's my opinion. I would look for your comments and confirm my observations. Thank you. Have a great day.